You have never met Messi. You have never trained with him, never spoken to him, never shared a meal. He does not know your name. He will never know your name. And yet, when he scores, something happens in your body that feels personal. Your chest lifts, your hands go up. You feel it like it happened to you. That is not passion. That is your brain doing something ancient, something it was never designed to do with a footballer, and doing it anyway. This is the psychology of fandom, and it will change how you understand every argument you have ever had about who is better. Here is where it starts. In the 1990s, Italian neuroscientist Giacomo Rizzolatti discovered something unexpected while studying monkeys. Certain neurons in the brain fired not only when the monkey performed an action, but when it watched someone else perform the same action. The brain responded to observation the same way it responded to experience. These were called mirror neurons, and humans have them too. When you watch Messi glide past 4 defenders and curl the ball into the top corner, your motor cortex activates. Not fully, not enough to move your body, but enough to simulate the experience. Your brain on some level feels like it did that, like it was there, like it was him. This is why sport feels different from other entertainment. A film moves you emotionally, a goal moves you physically. The line between watching and doing blurs in a way the brain was not built to resist, but mirror neurons only explain the feeling. They do not explain the loyalty. For that, you need to understand identity. Psychologists call it BIRGing, basking in reflected glory. When your team wins, you do not say, "they won." You say, "we won." You have absorbed their victory into your sense of self. Their success becomes evidence of your own worth. Their failure becomes a threat to it. Studies show that on days after a win, fans test higher for testosterone and report significantly more confidence. After a loss, the opposite. Your biology responds to the result of a game played by strangers as if it were something that happened to you directly. Now add Messi or Ronaldo, and the psychology becomes even more personal. Choosing a footballer is not like choosing a favorite color. It is an identity statement. It tells the world and yourself what you value. Messi fans tend to describe their idol with words like artistry, genius, natural. Ronaldo fans reach for words like dedication, discipline, perfection. These are not just descriptions of footballers. They are descriptions of the kind of person each fan wants to be. This is why the debate never ends. It is not really about football. It is about identity. Attacking someone's player is, on a neurological level, attacking them. No wonder it never stays calm. And here is the deepest layer. Belonging to a tribe activates the same reward circuits as food, love, and safety. Your brain does not distinguish between a tribe that hunted together 10,000 years ago and a tribe that watches football together tonight. The need is the same. The chemistry is the same. Your fandom is not irrational. It is ancient. It is the same mechanism that kept your ancestors alive. The need to belong, to identify, to stand for something alongside other people. You never met Messi, but he gave you something real. He gave you a tribe, and your brain, wired for survival, held on. Think about the last time someone questioned your player, not calmly discussed, actually questioned, said he was overrated, said the numbers don't hold up, said the other one was simply better. Notice what happened inside you. The heat that rose before you had words for it, the need to respond, to defend, to prove. That was not an intellectual disagreement. That was your identity under attack. That was your tribe being challenged. And your brain, ancient and loyal, responded the only way it knows how. So the next time you find yourself in a Messi versus Ronaldo argument at 2 in the morning, unable to let it go, unable to understand how the other person simply cannot see what is obvious, remember this. They are not wrong about football. They are not even talking about football. They are defending who they are. And so are you. The game chose the player, but you chose what it meant. There is one more thing the science tells us. Fandom, at its most intense, activates the same neural pathways as romantic love. The obsession, the protectiveness, the irrational loyalty, these are not metaphors. They are the same chemistry running through the same circuits. You did not choose to love your player the way you do. Your brain built that attachment slowly through repetition, through shared moments, through the specific feeling of watching someone extraordinary and feeling just for a second like you were part of it. That is not weakness. That is the most human thing there is.